Welcome back everyone to Campfire Spookhouse. I am Scary Terry and this guy here is
Rock Horror.
That's right. And today we are recording episode 17, Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
The Boys.
I'm not even going to try to attempt that. Yeah. Also produced by Alfred Hitchcock and written by Evan Hunter. The film stars Tippi Hedren as Melanie Daniels, Rod Taylor as Mitch Brenner, Jessica Tandy as Lydia Brenner, Suzanne Pleshett as Annie Hayworth, and Veronica Cartwright as Kathy Brenner. And the description is it's a wealthy San Francisco socialite pursues a potential boyfriend to a small Northern California town that slowly takes a turn for the bizarre when birds of all kinds suddenly begin to attack people. Its budget for the film was shot on $3.3 million, and its box office return was $11.4 million. So, that being said, having watched Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, Rock, were you able to identify any social messages or cultural themes?
No. This one has always been a mystery to me. I don't understand what would. I don't know. I'm as confused as the people in the movie with regards to why the birds were attacking.
Like the birds, you would see as some kind of plague, but I also feel like I do agree a mystery. Like I don't even really know what they're supposed to represent, but other than the fact that anything in life can go wrong at any moment, so I don't know if it really needs to have a reason.
I think one of the things that occurred to me, because Hitchcock is probably the movies that, if it's one person that made horror-themed movies that we've seen before, it was Hitchcock. Yeah. So we both have seen this movie before. Of course, maybe a longer time ago, but still, we've seen this movie before. And I think it's just more like a Hitchcock theme. The woman characters in his movies are often kind of they find themselves in situations that are out of the ordinary. Yeah. There's some kind of inciting incident that leads them to do something that they don't typically do. Yeah. Like for example, in this case, a non-bird employee pretending to know about birds.
Yeah, true. In the efforts to impress somebody.
Yeah, and then that she ends up out there just for that. It's like one thing leads to another thing. So perhaps I don't know. Maybe this particular story is about like how indulgence could lead to unexpected results.
True, I could see that too. Yeah,
like indulgence, like chasing after pleasure. Yeah, maybe that's what it means. Yeah, this is one of the ones where I'm perfectly fine saying that I don't know. I like the movie though.
Yeah, it's not really a scary film. It's not so much. Like it's more like monster horror in the sake of the birds and everything, but not really a terrifying film by any means. However, it did get really intense though because it had a slow burn. Like it was really slow, waiting for something to kind of happen and waiting for something to take off. But then once you get toward I guess when the birds start attacking the school with the kids, and then going from there to attacking the town when everyone was in the diner or the restaurant. Obviously the iconic phone booth, and then the end. I thought the end was the most intense when they were in the house and the birds were trying to get in. Yeah. So that is the frightening aspect of the film, if anything, but it's kind of one of those movies too. I find it similar to From Dusk Till Dawn, where it's it kind of feels like it's one genre and then it sort of bends into another one further into the film.
It's another movie that perhaps we should watch.
Yeah, From Dusk Till Dawn's good. Yeah. I like that one.
because there's a few movies like that I would be like, yeah, that is a horror movie.
Well, From Dusk Till Dawn, it's like crime drama at first, and then it leads into horror.
That's one of the most unexpected twists.
Yes, I agree.
I like being around when other people watch that movie for the first time.
Yeah.
Because no one ever sees it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll have a buddy of mine he literally hates the movie because he was enjoying just the crime drama of it, where it was going, and then once the vampires came into play, he hated every second of it. But how do we? Well, I was just gonna say, in regards to music, it really didn't have a score. I think just the audio, the sound effects of the birds seemed to have been its soundtrack.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I noticed was the sound design was very much left up to just the sounds of the environment. So that was
an interpretation.
So that was the water.
Yeah.
The water, kind of the birds, the sounds the birds are making. But I think that worked really well for the movie. The only time there was really a soundtrack, and it was still subtle music, was when there was at the beginning. And anytime there was like the kind of love interest things were happening.
Yeah.
But as soon as those scenes passed, it was just right back to just almost quiet with just the sound of the birds.
Yeah, I think the quiet has to do a lot with the town itself was very small and seemed quiet. Not a lot happening, not a lot going on. So almost seems like the perfect location where, a disaster or catastrophe would take place.
One of the things I noticed is, you could tell that certain parts were overdubbed. I mean, they did that back then. They do a lot of overdubs because the quality of the microphones in like environments that were not a studio, right?
Yeah.
So if they're shooting outside, getting coverage, doing scenes outside and not in a studio, it's hard to get consistent sound. I mean, that's true even now.
Yeah.
So you could hear how pristine clear it sounded, like what's the little girl's name?
Kathy?
Yes. So the first time you actually hear Kathy and she's saying thank you, you know that is not her saying that. It sounds too clear.
Oh, okay.
It sounds too perfect.
Okay.
You know that is not at all her saying that. Like, that is an overdub.
Damn, I don't think I was catching that when I was watching.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it did not at all.
Yeah.
There was a separation.
Yeah.
At some point, and I'd never noticed that before. Of course, there's things that you give some leeway because they didn't have the same technology and access to the same things as they do now.
Yeah.
Like, when they would just be like playing the actual background in the background.
Yeah.
While they were in a studio.
Yeah, I was just gonna to touch light on that. We were discussing when she was riding on the boat.
Yeah.
Coming over the water, and the water was moving in the background, but you had said that was just an actual moving background that they had already filmed prior, and we're just playing that in the background while she was just sitting down in the boat.
And you could tell, and back then they did that.
Yeah.
They also had people that just did really nice paintings.
Yeah.
For backgrounds, distances. They used miniatures. I'm not sure that they used miniatures in this one. They did a lot. They did a lot of things in post in this one.
Yeah.
To kind of get the birds. It's hard to control hundreds of birds on set.
Yeah, well, that's why I mentioned too. It seemed like whenever they would be swatting at the birds, it always felt like a delayed reaction, or they just weren't doing enough with their reaction, so it didn't feel as realistic enough when the birds were flying around them that many.
Yeah.
And it's like, remember at the end. Not at the end, sorry. The first time the birds came through the fireplace earlier on, and he was like waving around the pillow, trying to like attack it, and it's like you have all of them around you. You're not even hitting one bird.
Yeah.
Like, how hard are you even trying to hit them?
Yeah. Well, okay. So once again, it's the kind of limitations of the time, right?
Right.
It's not like if they had a point of reference. It would just be like act as if birds.
Well, because the birds would be taken in, they'd be shown in post afterwards. So in that moment, the direction is just swat around as if birds are flying around you and react. But I don't know. I feel like in post, maybe in post it would have looked better if they didn't have as many birds showing or flying around on the screen.
Well,
at the time,
that's ultimately the director and the producer's final decision.
Need to say not more. Who am I to criticize Alfred Hitchcock, the master of suspense?
You're scary.
Yeah, I know. I know. Okay, so how did you feel about the lighting in the film?
I liked the contrast. There's a lot of.
It was bright. Nothing was super dark in the film, which was actually nice. There were
some scenes that were dark.
But not as dark.
True. It depends on the time. It depends on the time. Different points in the scene, it was very dark. Like in the last quarter of the film, there was a lot of darkness. Them being in the dark,
or her getting attacked upstairs,
going into dark places. Even before that, when they were just in the living room, and they had that shot where they kept kind of revealing one person and the next, and the three of them, there was just a tiny bit of light that was illuminating them in this dark room. Because remember, at some point, the power goes out.
Yeah, true.
So I enjoyed the contrast because at the beginning of the movie, it really does seem like it could be like a romantic comedy or just like a romantic movie.
Well, that's what I mean. Like a different, there was like a multitude of genres. Like it wasn't just specifically one. Like you kind of get a feel for different kinds as well.
So it starts out with this kind of classic thing, almost leaning towards that dreamy sequence.
Yeah.
Dreamy, not as in like when the character is having a dream, but dreamy as in when the love story sort of look.
Yeah.
So it starts out with some of that. It continues on, but as soon as then it just changes. As soon as she's leaving, and the first attack by the bird.
On the boat?
On the boat, it just solidifies it because I suppose you don't think nothing of it when she first looks in the sky and sees the birds it's either before or after either before she goes in the store, enters the store, exits the store. I think maybe it was after she looks at the license plate, then looks up and sees birds because she was just in a store that sells birds. So you're not going to jump to the conclusion like, oh, well, I guess the birds are evil or something.
Yeah, true.
You know, it's when the first attack happens.
Yes.
That's when kind of the way she was looking at the birds and all the birds starts to come back. Like even the dialogue in the beginning when he's saying to her, what did he say to her? You know, oh, back in your gilded cage. Yeah.
It's they all started really questioning what was going on. This sudden onset of attacks when they were having a picnic kind of in the backyard there for the birthday party.
What I mean is even before that, the first conversation that Melanie has with the main character guy, what's his name?
Mitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when they first are talking in the store and he's pretending to want a bird and she's pretending to work there and know anything about the birds.
Yeah.
And then they talk about how they knew each other and then she's like, okay, back in your gilded cage. I mean, like that to me is, it's like writing some foreshadowing.
Yeah, exactly.
Of what's to come and kind of go back in your gilded cage because that's the safe place kind of thing. Yeah. And of course she does the complete opposite.
No, complete. Well, she has to now. I mean, he kind of called her out on that.
Yeah.
But you could tell too, she enjoyed that little banter, the back and forth that they were having. It was fun for her. She didn't like being taken out to be a fool in the end, to realize that he was, toying with her the entire time, which also is what led to her pursuing him and trying to play a joke with the birds, the lovebirds. I enjoy the lighting. The sound effects was really good. The Foley, and I like how they used it for sort of the replacement of music itself.
Yeah.
the music was the environment, really. Yeah, like for this, I told you this was the first Alfred Hitchcock film that I watched when I was a kid that made me interested enough to want to watch other Hitchcock films and seek them out.
I think this might have been the second.
After Psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, this would have been the second, I believe.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, Psycho was probably the second one that I watched in high school later on. I think performances in the film were, again, it's one of those movies that we've watched where I don't think anybody gave a bad performance at all.
No bad performances. Yeah, no, none.
Yeah, everyone did really good. I think I was really moved by Kathy, though, the girl, the little girl. She was really good. She had like this kind of this bubbly attitude to her. But when she first ran up the stairs, when she was introduced to Melanie and gave her a big hug, she's like this very happy-go-lucky kind of girl. And then to see the sort of look of defeat in her eyes when she's seeing the birds and how they're attacking everyone around her.
Yeah.
And then she was like crying in the car because what was the one? Annie, who the school teacher there.
Yeah.
When her death came about.
Yes.
She really moved me when she was crying about that in the car. I was like, she's a good actress.
Yeah. Yeah. Just in general, it's all good. Even when they were in the diner talking about all the things and all the little characters. Yeah. Everybody did a great job.
Yeah, and well, that actually is really important because it's such small parts for everybody that's in the diner. Yeah. But the lines that they deliver were really impactful.
Yeah.
Especially because they're all discussing the same thing, but some have opposing views, some have the same views, which I think was really nice to add into the scene because it's like some are on board with this and some are like oppressive, like this would never happen. The birds do not attack people.
Yeah.
So I really did like that scene, and it also kind of foreshadowed as to what was coming afterwards with the attack in the street. Even the mom, like the concerned mom with her kids, when she was trying to get them to stop talking about the birds, not to rattle her kids up, she was really good in it too. Mm-hmm. It was great. I like the one guy too, the one random dude. It's the end of the world.
Yeah.
He was good too.
He's the one who ends up getting taken out by birds and then gas.
Yeah.
Wait, is it him?
No, that was the guy who had the drink.
Yes.
In the bar.
He is the guy who ended up.
He was gonna have them follow him.
Yeah.
The mom and the kids.
The guy who was saying the end of the world is the one who got taken out, and you see his close up of his face outside of the phone booth.
Oh, I didn't even clue in that was him.
That's as far as I can recall. That would be the end of the world guy. He kind of called it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Damn. I was gonna ask, when you at the end when they were in the house and the birds were trying to get in, and Mitch being as resourceful and protective as he is, I mean, with when they were trying to come in through the window, and he stuck his hand out and he's trying to pull the door back, and he's like tying it up with the lamp, like the light cord, and then having to go and then try to nail that mirror to the back of the door.
Yeah.
I really got the vibe of Night of the Living Dead when we watched that movie during the main guy in that film who was like boarding up the house and everything, and like just very, very resourceful, know it all kind of guy. You need somebody like that in a situation like that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Performances really great. Direction was really great. I don't have any complaints about the film really, other than like the only thing, and it's not even a bad thing, but it's just it was slow. It is a very slow movie leading up to the course of action. However, it's a necessity as well. Yeah,
because it does that thing. It subverts your expectations.
Yeah, exactly.
It does it in the right way.
Yeah. I don't think I don't have, other than that, I have absolutely nothing bad to say about the movie.
Okay, I mean, you don't have to say bad things about it.
No, but like with critiquing, it's like some of these films that we've watched, like there's a few things that I'll kind of like that'll speak out to me. But this one, I think it's a great movie. Had to include it in the list.
It is a great movie. It is a great movie, and I mean, there's not much that I could do. Once again, I'm not finding myself in that position.
Any scenes that may not have been, that we might not have talked about or mentioned, that really piqued your interest or that you liked a lot about the film, that you grabbed you?
In this particular film, scenes that captivated me. Let me think. I think in general, it's just more like classic scenes.
Yeah.
So, kind of being trapped in different areas where the birds are surrounding, or just the birds chilling out, but them being completely surrounded. Like the first time you see the crows and they're completely covered and then they're on the wires, kind of waiting. You're like, that's not right.
Yeah.
But it's a great scene to kind of set up that intimidating.
I like the final scene that we see too, when they're driving away in the car and you see all the birds just kind of sitting there watching them leave. That could be
like a painting.
Yeah. I really enjoy too. I like seeing the attacks on the fingers too, like when they're biting at their hands or they're biting at the face. And it's interesting too, because as we were watching, I was thinking to myself, why are we not seeing more blood like on the faces for them being attacked? But then I got to see that in the end when they were attacking Melanie upstairs. Yeah. I thought they did really well with showing that. And I do want to touch on the scene after she was pulled out and they laid her down on the living room couch after Melanie had been attacked in the room. I liked when she came to. And then we seen her kind of like swatting like this when she was panicking, freaking out, and thinking at the bird, like she's still kind of seeing them. Yeah. I mean, I found that to be pretty realistic, because you would be panicking a lot afterwards and kind of reliving the moment, so to speak.
Yeah, like I said, I think the writing is great. I think the acting is great.
Yeah.
It's a Hitchcock film.
Yeah, the delivery was great. I think even when they brought her out of the house at the end, when they were going to walk her to her car, and she steps out of the door and sees the birds, she's like, no. I thought that was done really well too. Yeah. I think overall, a great movie. Nothing to say that didn't speak out to me or didn't kind of grab me in. It was the first Hitchcock film that I ever watched, and I was completely moved by it, and I couldn't take my eyes off of it. I still don't know, just because of the slow buildup, which again was a necessity, but I don't know. I think for that, I don't think I can give it a full 5 out of 5 jump scare rating. I think for Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, I would rate it 4.5 out of 5 jump scares.
Yeah, I think that as far as the Boyds are concerned, that I think I agree with you. It's actually what was in my head was
4.5?
4.5 jump scares, because there's enough of the half that's missing for a couple things here and there, but as far as what it is, what it does,
it's still a classic.
Yeah, and there are better movies, but it's a really good movie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So okay, it's mutual. We're in agreement to that. 4.5 out of 5 jump scares.
That's right.
Comment below, everyone. Let us know what you think of the Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, and let us know what you would rate it. I'm gonna say The Birds. You could say that. And also, as we like to always mention, if there's any favorite horror movies of yours that maybe at this point you have not let us know about, please do leave a comment, and we will make a review video and give a shout out to you, specifically to you. And don't forget, everybody, to tune in next week because we will be recording episode 18, which is Bill Paxton's Frailty. Another great movie, psychological horror. So if you're a fan of that film or you're not really sure about it or haven't heard of it, make sure you tune in because you're not gonna want to miss that.
That's right.
Absolutely. So, on that note, I'm Scary Terry. This guy. We are signing off. This is Campfire Spookhouse, where we scare ourselves awake. See you next week, everybody. You're too much, man.
The boys.